Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of Mrkent.com, and I just made sure that I had all the latest updates for my Mini 2, and so I got everything all finished and got them uploaded or got them downloaded and installed and everything. And then I decided I'm going to try experimenting with my ND filter collection. And right here I'm stopping because I got to make sure that my return to home and all that stuff hasn't been changed because of the updates. Because sometimes that gets messed up, and I want my return to home to be what I've got it set at. I don't know if you'll notice if you've been watching my channel, but the colors in this video should be more, what would you say, more pleasing. Maybe more realistic, and like I can see into the bottom of my neighbor's pool across the street, which in previous videos I had never noticed I could do that. So what did I do to change things? Well, I learned about ND filters with polarization, I don't know, quite a while back, a couple of years ago maybe, and I was interested in the polarization part to keep the glare from coming into the camera while I'm flying and so forth. And so I wanted to be sure I had that. But I got this collection of ND filters, 4 and 8 and 16 and 30 and so on like that. And I just wanted the 4 because I didn't want to darken things down too much. And so that's what I've been using all this time. But then I got thinking, well, I don't know, maybe I should try using something higher because I'll just experiment since I'm flying. This video was made just as an experiment after doing the updates. So I put that on there, and man, oh live, I could not believe the difference in the color and the depth of color that I now get with my DJI Mini 2. It could have done this a long time ago. But anyway, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to fly over to the field where I've been filming construction getting started over here, and over the past week there has been absolutely no activity. So my guess is that they have finished all the what would you call it, the landscaping, and they've got everything ready for the builders. And so the next step I'm guessing will be when they come in and start pouring concrete. But I want to also point out here that if you look down at that pond, it's never been that color before. It's always been more of a reflective color, and so now we get to see clear to the bottom of the pond, and we get to see what color the water really is. There's a lot of algae in the water that we have here. Also, looking out over the area here, we can see that they're going to have a roundabout. You can pretty much follow the roads there, and they're going to have, well, you can see it anyway. They haven't done anything other than get that stuff all ready. And so then I'm going to swivel over here to the right, and I'll show you the place where I will be making my videos from when they actually do begin to start the construction, because I'll follow along with it. Whether you're liking construction or not, I don't know. I'm sorry. So anyway, right there is where I'm going to be standing and flying my drone. So that's how that's going to work. Well, so let me tell you a story. I've got a story of when I was in college. Now I had to work my way through college because I bought a motorcycle, and my parents said, no, we're not going to help you, which they had been helping me. We're not going to have you. You're on your own if you want to if you're going to ride a motorcycle. They had a friend die in a motorcycle wreck. So it's understandable they didn't want their son dying, because everybody who rides a motorcycle is going to die. So anyway, I worked my way all the way. I never had to get a loan. This was back in the 60s, by the way. I worked my way through. I got jobs on campus. And one of the jobs that I had was to work for the audiovisual department and show films in classes. Now, back in those days, there was no video video recordings. All we had was 16 millimeter films. And by the way, check out we can see it at the bottom of the canal, which I've never been able to do before. So anyway, and when a class was going to have a film, then they would send me to that room, and I'd have this cart which had a screen on it, had a big old projector on it, plus the film I was going to show. And so it took, I had to hurry to get everything in place and everything, and I'd get it all set up. And then I sat through the class, and then whenever the film was supposed to be shown, I'd run the projector. Well, as it turns out, I could claim that I have a minor in psychology, because the math classes, the English classes, very few of the science classes used films, but the psychology classes used films all the time to show their studies that people had made in the past. And so I sat through. Well, I had this friend who was, and I had to set up the projector and just get the film ready, and then when it was time to show it. Well, I had this friend who was taking a psychology class, and he asked me if I would help him out, and because what he wanted to do was show people how mean they are to somebody who's having trouble. And so I was supposed to go in and then going to show a film, and couldn't get the projector to work, and blah blah blah. So I agreed. Well, on the day of the film, then I went in just like I was going to show the projector. I got in at the beginning of the class, and when it came time for him to show the film, I didn't have everything ready yet. So he asked me, hurry up because we're waiting. And so then I had the screen down in the front, but then I had to get the film on the reel. It looks like they're sprinkling this field, and so they're going to be harvesting it again soon. So anyway, so when it came time for me to show the film, I didn't quite have everything ready, and so then he was urging me, and like, come on, we're waiting, and so when I actually got the film onto the little spool on the projector, I deliberately didn't lock it in place, and so then when it came time to start the projector, it came off, and it was perfect, because what it did was it rolled. And this was one of those classrooms with the step, different levels. It rolled down from my level to the next, and to the next, and to the next, rolled across the front of the room, and ran into the wall at the front. And so by that time, he was saying, "Are you going to be able to show the film?" And so then I just threw my hands in the air, and I said, "You show the film," and I walked out. Well, in the process, I listened outside, and everybody was laughing because it was comical to see that film roll down there and everything. So anyway, that was one of the stories of me being a clown in college, I guess you could say. And I am so amazed at the color that I actually get on this video. So I'll be using an Eamon a friend of mine, Eamon in Ireland, the ROLEX channel. He knows everything about film and everything, but I should have asked him about ND filters a long time ago, because he could have told me use a higher level than a 4. And so now I'm using a 16, and look at the bottom of that canal. Never been able to see that before with the filter I was using. And so I am really impressed with what I learned the hard way. And sometimes you have to learn the hard way, and then you remember. So I'll just go ahead with all the bright sun we have here in Arizona. I think that number 16 ND filter is going to do the job. I was using a 4, and of course it didn't do the job at all. And I'll come up here and we'll end this video looking at my old friend, the eagle that fell from the tree, and nobody's picked it up yet. I called the wildlife people, and their line was busy, or it wouldn't work or something. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching my videos, and God bless.